Welcome back to Chrono Trigger for Moms. I have here my co-host, already opened ice cold delicious Pepsi. Cold and refreshing. My viewers probably don't know this, but of course I have you to thank for my crippling Pepsi addiction. I learned it from you, Mom. I learned it from you. That's actually true. I've been drinking Pepsi my whole life because that's the soda that my mom liked. So, we have Robo in the party now, and we're going to just take a look at Robo real quick. So his weapons are his arms. There's actually two characters in this game who attack monsters with just their bare fists, and Robo's one of them. But Robo can actually equip other fists. I guess he unscrews them and screws the new one into place. That's kind of alarming. But the other thing about Robo that you'll notice is that other characters, Chrono has his little lightning icon, and Luca has her fire icon because that's the kind of attacks they use. Robo does not have an icon of any kind. Curious. What this means is that Robo does not have an element that he is associated with, whereas Chrono's attacks are associated with light and Luca's attacks are associated with fire, but there's actually a very kind of cool storyline reason for this that we will probably discover before this video is out. First, though, we will go into the derelict factory. We could not have gotten into this dungeon without Robo's help. If we had tried to come here first, that laser would have been turned on. Robo would not have been able to override security system 00. This monster would not have fallen down from the sky. Is this a little acid monster that I can't attack with weapons? Like I have to attack him with... Yeah, I guess we have to attack this one with magic. Some enemies just have extremely high defense. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe that 0 is an indication that it's one of these monsters with very high defense but very low hit points, and he will eventually die after a couple of 1 damage attacks. Well, fire wasn't doing it for me. Maybe we can, Wind Slash, perhaps? Ooh, Chrono's got his counter-attack ability on him, which is nice. There we go, that Wind Slash was decent. Are we gonna get... Robo, what's his tech? What does he have for techs? He's already got Cure Beam. Oh, this is an interesting thing to point out with Robo, too, because on the tech screen, you can see what techs a character has, and then you can see which one they're learning. Like, Robo only needs 4 more tech points, so maybe 1 or 2 more fights to learn his 3rd tech, Laser Spin. Whereas Chrono and Luca aren't learning a tech at all. They're just blocked off. They have their first 2 techs, and then that's it. They're not learning anything new. It's not because they're lazy. Again, there's a good storyline reason we're going to learn. But this is kind of an indication of Robo, why he's such a good character. Because he's got this cure spell. Any tech on this list that is green is a cure spell that I can use from this menu to heal people outside of combat. It's extremely useful. Robo is a very good healer character, which is good because he's also just a very strong character to have in the party. Usually in RPGs like this, which side of the... There's 2 sides of the factory. Left is the laboratory, right is the factory. I've got to go down to the laboratory first. Danger. Risk of death. Deactivation of factory conveyor belt forbidden. Stopping the belt will activate the security system, which could result in loss of life. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get stupid. Already there's a save point here. We don't really need to use a save point yet. There's a shelter. I probably have to kill these monsters in order to turn this computer on. I guess we'll find out. Let's see if they like those attacks. You know what? This is going to get easier once Robo learns Laser Spin, I think. Once he learns his next tech, we should be able to take on these monsters. They're just obnoxious because they have very high defense, but they have very low hit points. If we roll a critical hit by chance, we should be able to take them out in 1 shot, perhaps. But now I should be able to turn this on. Hatch open. Ah, the hatch is open. Now we can go downstairs. This is not the correct way. We have to go to the factory first. I took a wrong turn at... Oh, that's why the save point is here, because this is the second half of the dungeon. We need to go to the first half of the dungeon first. Because going down doesn't actually get us anywhere. This area will be blocked off as well. Yeah, by lasers. We're not getting through this laser just yet. But I mentioned in the last video about how this game does a really good job creating a sense of place. How the dungeons aren't just like random kind of arbitrary spaces. This place actually does look and feel like a futuristic factory. With the conveyor belts and all the lights. And Chrono just got 2 critical hits in a row. Your boy's going ham on these robot monsters. But you're seeing, too, the jump in strength between these 3 characters. How Luca's regular attack is virtually useless against some of these monsters. Robo has laser spin, and that also gives us supersonic spin. I think this is a hard one to use, though, if I remember. But yeah, it's weird, right? Chrono and Luca can't learn any new techs right now. They're both locked to just these 2 that they have, whereas Robo is already starting to learn his 4th. He's working his way up the tree. Is Robo just the best character in the game? It's possible. I definitely know a lot of people for whom that statement would be absolutely true. I do not remember my way around this factory offhand. I know we don't want to hop on the conveyor belt from here. Let's come down this way. What do we got? What do we got in the box? Bandit's bow. Okay, so that's going to be a weapon for Marl, who we don't even have access to in the menu right now. Like, she's all the way back at the previous dome. She's babysitting the door. Because remember, what we're doing here is we need to turn off or turn on the power to the dome. And while the power is on, she'll be able to open the door, because the power will only stay on for about a minute. Obtained a mid-ether. Nice. I think that's just at the end of that area. Maybe I do got to jump on this conveyor belt. Well, let's jump on and... That's right, because it'll turn around. It'll go around the other way. Oh, we blocked the conveyor belt. That wasn't good. That's what the sign was warning us against. Danger. Loss of life is imminent. Loss of lice? That doesn't sound like it's too bad. You want to lose your lice. If you have lice, you want to get rid of them in any way you can. But I think in a minute here we're going to see... Yeah, because we're stuck on this conveyor belt. It's just dragging us along to these different rooms, and they're all going to be filled with robots. Let's go ahead and pop out laser spin, because I know that's the good stuff. It's just pleasant to listen to. And then Chrono should be able to finish all of them off with Cyclone. But now Luca is... Or no, Chrono is actually pretty low on health at the moment. He's kind of getting down there. We might be okay. But basically, any character that can heal in this game has a pretty distinct advantage in the party. Like, it's really good to have healer characters on hand. There are items you can use, potions and things that can heal your hit points, but they're not very effective compared to techs that can do the same thing in most cases. So you have Marl, who is kind of almost a dedicated healer character. Like, everything she can do is about healing or applying buffs to the party. Do you want to try to Fire Whirl? Yeah, let's try it. And I'm actually going to Rocket Punch one of these guys. I think Rocket Punch might... Oh, I should have Laser Spin. I really thought that Fire Whirl would take care of all those robots up there. Oh, don't mind me, just getting electrocuted. All day long and twice on Tuesday. Like that critical hit. We need Robo's turn. There it is. Is that good enough to send them all to robot hell? Can I open my menu on the conveyor belts? I guess I cannot. Okay, but I can do it down here. Yeah, because we just took a bunch of damage in those fights. But I've got Robo, and he's got the healing beam. So everybody's feeling good now. I think there's a box down here on this conveyor. Let's see if we can get squeezed past these guys. Yeah, there's a box, but we'll be able to grab that on our way out. We've got to ride the conveyor belt out, so that'll be fine. Meanwhile, this box, a mid potion, more stuff here, a mid ether, a little bit of money. Robo. Oh, here we go. Okay, crane control codes. Pattern 00 is AB. Okay, so my controller, hold on, that's going to be... I have this problem every time I play games on the PC because it's telling me I have A, B, and Y buttons, but I don't. So different controllers obviously have different names for all the buttons. If you're on an Xbox controller, which is what this game thinks I'm using, A and B are on particular spots on the controller. But the buttons on my controller, because I'm using a PlayStation controller, are actually colored shapes. I've got a triangle and a circle and a square and an X. And don't worry, it gets even more confusing. Because if I was using a Nintendo controller, I would have A, B, X, and Y, but they would be in different positions than the A, B, X, and Y buttons are on the Xbox controller. I don't know why it's this complicated. But okay, pattern 0 for me is going to be X, circle, and then pattern 1 should be triangle, triangle. So X, circle, then triangle, triangle. Once I can operate the crane. I'm just going to... It's going to be laser spin for days. I think laser spin just wins in this whole dungeon. All these robots want to get nice and stacked up here. I've actually never brought Marl to this dungeon, but I'm kind of feeling like she might have been the better choice, considering that Robo's my main healer and Luca can't really do a whole lot of damage. But okay, that's taken care of. So it's going to be X, circle, then triangle, triangle. Once I get to the crane, I know the codes. Coming down here, that's right, I need the crane because I got these big barrels in the way. And the crane is going to move them out of the way. Once I get up there. I was also thinking there was like a secret side tunnel with a treasure in it. Maybe I'm misremembering. An ether and a shelter. Let's weave past the robots. To activate the crane, wait for the tone and the white flash, and then press any two of Y, X, B, and A, one after the next. So there's my X circle entry, which the game thinks is AB, and the crane is programmed to pick up this first barrel. Probably not worth trying to think of what's actually in the barrels. Like, that's probably not something worth worrying about. And now we're going to do triangle, triangle, which is Y, Y. Y is triangle. Y's are triangles, basically. It's like 3 lines in a particular configuration will make a triangle, and 3 lines in a particular other configuration will make the letter Y. So they're basically the same thing. Where's my Pepsi? I set it too far away on my desk. When I went to reach for it, it wasn't there. And I got very afraid. I was very afraid for a few moments that my co-host had gotten up and, I guess, rolled away on me. You can't really walk away. Alright, so the barrels are out of the way now, so I should be able to, if I can squeeze past these jabronis, I should be able to get downstairs, no more barrel in the way, which means I can be able to walk all the way back to get into this room. It's kind of weird that I've got this whole space here I can walk into. A Thunder Blade. I think I've got one of those. Yeah, I got one of those in the sewer. He's already got one. Robo, if you please. Ultra High Security Door Lock System Code, XABY. Let's see. So XABY for me is going to be square, X, circle, triangle. So square, and then we're just going counterclockwise. Decoding, ABYX. Okay. So XABY. I think, oh, there's one box on there. I'm going to have to go through the battle gauntlet again to get it, I think. I thought we were going to come back onto that conveyor belt, but I guess we're not. But I have to ride this conveyor belt to this point and get off to get... Oh, I can go back around, though. Yes, I can. I can go back up top. And around like this. Right? And this will put me right where I need to go. Yeah, because I can come downstairs from here. Oh, we're fighting bugs. We are fighting bugs now, champ. I can get them all with Cyclone. Maybe Cyclone and then Laser Spin. Or just Cyclone. Or we just take them out with just a Sword Swing. That works too. So it is kind of obnoxious at this point because Chrono and Luca can't learn new techs yet, but we're still getting tech points, but they're not able to apply them to anything because they're not learning anything just yet. There's a reason for that. It's not like a bug. It's not a weird glitch. It's just an ether. I went all around this for an ether. And then that's, okay, that's a dead end. Alright, so I think we're done with the factory area and can go down into the lab now. The whole point of that area is to learn that XABY code, which we're going to put to good use once we can go over here. I'm going to use a shelter, though, before I do anything else, because I know Robo is going to be running out of magic points before too much longer, and also we've gotten a couple of shelters in here. We have some to spare. I'm not standing on the save point, am I? Can I just... right there? Is this good enough? There we go. Now it's green. Now I can use it. Get everybody healed up. Excellent. Back to work. So now we can go down this ladder. You can come down here first, just eventually you get blocked by a laser you don't know how to get rid of because you don't know the XABY code yet. And I think the first time we played this game back in the day... ooh, there's an arm for Robo. Hey, Robo, you want a new arm, buddy? Yeah, you do. I feel like the first time we played this game back in the day, we had like a Nintendo Power issue that just told us the code. So we just skipped half of the dungeon for no reason. Titanium vest seems like a good idea for our main character. Oh, Robo came with one. He was already wearing titanium. And we want the headband because that's speed, right? I think, yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, because you're wearing our other speed item. Cool. Robo's going to get us this computer. He's just a hacking machine, that's all. All systems down. Defense lasers deactivated. So hopefully we can laser spin this group of monsters. Oh, should we try supersonic spin? I bet we do. I bet we try supersonic spin. Oh, that was a waste of time. Oh, I don't know what that chemical reaction was. I didn't like it, though. I didn't like it again. Something about these monsters being in the same battle involves them doing that chemical reaction. Can I just use regular laser spin? Can I do anything against these creatures? No, they're just going to enjoy this chemical reaction all day long. We're going to have to use another shelter before it's all said and done. Luca with the 6 damage critical hit. That's the big number. That's what you like to see. We are going to need to replenish Chrono's health. He is in desperate, desperate need of robot assistance. Robot, will you assist Cure Beam, please? For Mr. Chrono. Thank you. It's actually okay if we waste all of Robo's magic points here. He's not going to need them in a minute. Alright, that was an obnoxious fight. We came through it, though. We came through it in the end. Let's heal back up. Now we're in the base level. Remember, this is where the elevator came before, and there were lasers here, but the lasers are gone. Robo took care of them for us. Ooh, plasma gun. Oh, I guess we had it. This never equipped it on her. That seemed... Did I buy her a gun and never equipped it? I am amazing at this game. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. Okay, so my code is going to be square, X, circle, triangle. Zaby door lock system operational. Please enter passcode. Zaby is just a way of saying XABY, which on my controller, again, is not going to be XABY. It's going to be square, X, circle, triangle. Oh, it turned off. Did I not push the right buttons? Am I going to have to go get my... I'm confused. Huh. The code's not going in. XABY should be XABY. Okay, this is bad news. Do I not know the layout of... Hold on, I have a... No, I don't have an Xbox controller to look at to see which one goes where. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to go on google.com and I'm going to Google Xbox controller so I can see what this layout looks like. I'm going crazy. Right? Yeah, there it is. XABY, that's what I thought. I don't actually want to buy this controller, eBay. No, leave me alone. Definitely not for $30. An Xbox 360 controller for $30 is a big waste of money. Okay. It's just not wanting to work for some reason. I have to go confirm this code. I have to go look again. This takes us all the way to the top now, though. So, like, I guess if you do this half of the dungeon first, it's not like you're wasting any time. You get this elevator that takes you all the way to the top. And then we've cleared the barrels out of the other side as well. That's the wrong way. Oh, we gotta go up 3 times, I guess. I'm just very confused at what this password is. It should just be XABY. Which should be square, X, circle, triangle. I don't know. We're gonna go down and around because I don't want to have to fight these jokers one more time. Sometimes you get the password wrong and you've got to go double check. It's just the name of the game, that's all. Okay, so we'll go through here, where we remove the barrels, right? In here. This should tell us the code. which is ultra high XABY. That's what I thought. ABYX. Oh, okay. ABYX. That's a totally different code. That is definitely not the code that it used to be on the Super Nintendo version of this game. And that's... the problem is I played that Super Nintendo version of this game probably 20 times. And I've played any other version of this game like maybe twice. So okay, it wants ABYX. That's not Zaby, that's Abix. It's Abix that we're supposed to do. It's the Abix code. Fine, we can put in Abix, that's fine. Elevator goes all the way down where we need to go. Alright, here we go. We're putting in Abix. It's empty. That's not the box. I want the computer. Zaby? It means Abix door lock system, though. Yeah, there it is. Abix is correct. Anyway, here's the power button that we came in here to flip. So presumably now the power is on at the dome, and Marl is going to open up the door for us. Emergency! The security system has gone haywire. We must escape immediately. Alright, let's go, buddy. This is where we find out that Robo is 100% a total bro. Look what he's doing for us right here. Hurry, before it's too late! No, he's fine. He just got a little bit squished in the door. Everything's okay. Alright, but now we gotta get out of here because security systems are going haywire. There's green goo all over the floor. Oh, here we go. Blue Robos. Whole bunch of them. Wait, these are my friends. R-64Y, R-67Y, R-69Y. It is good to see you again. Beefed! That's just rude. That's just a rude way to greet your friend. What are you doing? You are defective. You are not one of us. Pardon? Remember, Luca did reprogram Robo. So Rogo, his name's Rogo now. I've just decided. So technically, he's not one of them. Whatever his primary function has been overridden by Luca, who wanted him to join our group. I am malfunctioning? Affirmative. A defect. I'm a defect. Have you forgotten our assigned task? All intruders must be eliminated. That was the reason for my creation? You disgrace our series. You must be destroyed. No, stop! Do not harm them, please. These robots are my brothers. And you can just try to jump in there as often as you want. And Robo's taking this hefty beating, but no matter how much they beat up on him, he still doesn't want Chrono to go in and hurt them. Please stop, please. It's just one of the saddest scenes in the game. So they've taken care of the defect. They've completely demolished poor Robo. And now they're just going to throw him in the trash compactor. And that's it. That's the last we ever see of Robo. He's gone forever. Robo! Now we shall eliminate the intruders. No. I think the intruders will eliminate you! Alright, so we're going to have Luca work on her one-liners. Oh, I should have given Luca the plus... Oh, she has the +2 speed item on. Robo has the +1 for exactly this reason, because I knew she was going to want to be faster in this fight. We should be able to just fire wheel these guys down, and Chrono's going to be doing a lot of work with that critical hit. These guys do not have very many hit points. It's just the fact that there's 6 of them that make things a little bit disgusting. But 2 fire whirls should take a whole line of them out. Like, Robo begged us not to fight these guys, but... I mean... My man got crushed by a door to save our lives. Like, I'm not gonna... Oh, you know what? Let's do a regular Cyclone here. Because Luke is going to need to throw a potion. Oh, maybe not. I think we're going to clear the fight right here. Dunskies. And we get no tech points for this fight because Chrono and Luca can't use them and Robo's not in the party. Robo! I see him! He got stuck! They really thrashed him. I'm not sure I can fix this. You know it's true love when you will climb into a trash compactor to rescue someone. Let's get him back to the Protodome for now. And then there's the sad dragging of Robo. His lifeless, broken corpse across the ruined highway of the desolate future. It gets really bleak at this point in Chrono Trigger. Can you fix me? Don't try to talk. You are trying to change the world? I don't know how far we'll get, but that's the plan. Anyway, Robo, what do you want to do after I finish repairing you? She says to his just exposed brain. What do I want to do? Yeah, I mean, you were stuck here all this time. There must be a lot of things you want to do, right? No one has ever asked me that before, Luca. Good morning. Robo, thank goodness you're alright. Yeah, he's good as new. That's the benefit of being a robot, is you can get completely demolished and still be fine afterwards. Luca, you're incredible. Well, let's hope I never have to do that again. Luca, I have arrived at an answer to your question. I want to go with you. Really? You mean it? There is nothing left for me here. I want to help you. Together we might be able to give the life on this planet a chance. Then let's go. The gate's right through there. Here we go. Except this gate kind of malfunctions on us. We think it's supposed to take us back to 1000 AD, but instead, where are we? The old man in the derby hat. Ah, more drifters. Drifters, where are we? It's not a question of where, my friends, so much as when. This is the end of time. Travelers lost in time's flow turn up here, much like driftwood on a beach. Might I ask when you're from? We're from 1000 AD. I come from the year 2300 AD. When 4 or more entities of varying origins enter a temporal rift together, the torsion exerted on time's flow pushes them to the point of least resistance. Here. So this is just a contrivance in the game to suggest we have 4 party members now, but the game only lets us have 3 people in the party at a time. The game just makes up a reason to never allow us to take more than 3 people with us. So what this is saying is if you put 4 people into a time gate, you always end up here. So if we want to go anywhere that's not here, we have to leave somebody here and travel in groups of 3 or left. This does open some bizarre existential questions, like is Robo actually a person? Does he count as an entity? Do robots have souls? There have been a number of folks turning up here unintended recently like yourselves. I fear something is having a very powerful effect on the very fabric of time. Which means it would be safest if one of us stayed here. Here? Alone? It is a bleak place, isn't it? But not to worry, for all of its desolation, it's well connected. There are roads here to any time you could ever wish to visit. Should you so desire, you can call upon your friends at any time, but you can never travel in groups of more than 3. One of us must remain. Who'll it be, Chrono? So, I love Robo, you love Robo, everybody loves Robo. Robo is the jam, Robo is the business. We can't take him with us. We have to leave him behind right now. I will be happy to assist you again whenever you have the need. Well, that is the way of things. Should you desire to switch party members, you can do so via the main menu whenever you wish. So we can always swap Robo in whenever we want to see him. How do we get back to our own time? You saw the pillars of light when you arrived, yes? Each connects to this place to a different era. Once you've been through a gate, you can use it to return here whenever you wish. Step back into the light and press A once more, and you'll return to the gate. But beware the gate connected to that bucket. Okay, so a lot to unpack. This is actually a very, very common thing in RPGs of this era and every era since. The end of time is kind of like our home base. This is a place where we can come to rest and recuperate. There's a little glowy here that refills our HP and MP. All of our characters hang out here when they're not in the active party. Ooh, speaking of which, we found you a new bow, didn't we? We sure did. There you go. Let's go ahead and save the game while we're here. Made it to the end of time. Hey! This guy likes to say hey a lot. We're going to talk to him again in a moment. But so from now on, whenever we get into a time gate, it won't take us to a new era. It'll bring us back here. And these gates are already open. So this one... Oh, he's not going to let us leave until we talk to him again. You needn't be in such a rush. Before you go, have a look past the door behind me. It's really not going to let us go forward? Okay, I guess we'll do this first. What are you looking at? Me? I'm Specchio, the Master of War. I watch all kinds of battles from here. How do I look to you? Strong or weak? Well, he looks kind of like a marshmallow with horns. I'm going to say weak. I see. How I look depends on how strong you are. If you're strong, I look strong. If you're weak, I look weak. This is actually literally the case. The higher your experience levels are, the stronger Specchio will be. And actually, there's one form of Specchio that is weaker than this one. It's possible to arrive at this point in the game at a lower experience level than I did, in which case you could fight an even weaker version of Specchio. Oh, you've got it in you, don't you? That must be why the old guy let you through. See, a long, long time before you were born, there was a kingdom where magic flourished. Everyone there could use it. But the people abused their powers and ended up destroying the place. After that, there wasn't anyone left who could use magic. Well, excepting fiends, of course. But you have it, that inner strength, I mean. Magic needs power of the heart. That's where it flows from. There are 4 types of magic: fire, water, light, and shadow. Not everyone's got the same type. You, with the punk hairdo, you've got light. The gal with the ponytail has the power of water. That girl with the goofy glasses, her power is fire. By the way, it's not just magic. Everything is made up of those 4 elements. Alright, starting from the door, circle clockwise along the walls of my room 3 times and say, I want to use magic, over and over in your head. Don't lose track now. 3 times. Don't want you churning yourselves into butter. He said clockwise, right? Alright. Oh, we gotta walk. We can't run. Oh, we gotta hold the button down. There we go. Okay, I want to use magic. I want to use magic. I want to use magic. I'm not actually going to repeat that over and over again. Alright, so that's 1. We don't want to accidentally go through the door. If we mess this up in any way, he's going to yell at us and make us do it again. And this is the reason we can't have Robo in the party right now. Because if we bring Robo to meet him, he's going to say, you don't have a soul. You're a filthy robot. Filthy robots can't use magic. Well done. Ipso facto minimo magico. Chrono learned to use magic. Marl learned to use magic. Luca learned to use magic. And this is where we're going to see Marl and Luca really kind of come into their own a little bit. So, all fortified with magic. Want to try it out? Yes, I do. Alright, so now we're going to fight Specchio, and he might completely destroy me. Chrono's going to use all of his turns throwing potions. In fact, I have some mid potions I'm going to have to use here. And it's got to be Chrono because the girls have stronger magic skills. And this is where all of our characters got all of their third techs. The third techs have these little stars next to them, which means that they're magic techs. So now I have the ice spell and the fire spell. And Chrono is just going to throw mid potions at whoever Specchio attacks. Luca and Marl both do more damage with their spells than Chrono can right now. Just because their magic stats are higher. And you can see it can be very difficult to win this fight. His spells do a lot of damage. And then the whole next dungeon in the game is kind of a magic-oriented dungeon. Like, you don't want to use physical attacks inside there at all if you can help it. But as long as Chrono keeps on top of the healing here... If I could replace Chrono with Robo for this particular fight, because Robo has a really good healing tech, that would be useful, but not possible. You can't actually take Chrono out of the party at all. The game just won't let you do it. He's always got to be on hand. It's always got to be the center of attention, that Chrono. But anyway, oh, nope, she's just dead. That's it. She's just done for. Okay, that was the last attack. We snuck through there. Oh me, oh my. That was embarrassing. Guess you, ain't so bad after all. Here, this is for you. Specchio's special refresher set. Obtained 1 magic capsule and 5 ethers. So, Specchio levels up like we do. And once we're a little stronger and come back, he will look a little stronger. And when we beat him again, he'll give us different treasure. What can I say? I'm the master of war. You make any new friends, you bring them to see me, you hear? I like you guys. Well, we are immediately going to use this magic capsule on Luca. So her magic is 18, and we want it to be even higher. And you can see, Chrono has a magic stat that's 1/2 of the girls. So even though he does have a lightning spell for that fight, it would not have been as effective as their spells are. Well, okay, let's do what he says. Let's bring Robo in. What's with this big clunky thing? Sorry, buddy, but, well, you aren't alive. You've got great inner strength for what it's worth. It's just you aren't descended from the ancient magic users, so you're never going to be able to cast spells. Your laser weapons and whatnot should suffice, though. They can inflict shadow damage, kind of like shadow magic. And I'm not looking for practice, no. Anytime, friends. After all, I'm the master of war. So actually, very important what he was saying there is this laser spin attack is the only kind of shadow damage we get in this game for a very, very long time. It's not super important to be able to deal shadow damage. It's just kind of interesting that only Robo can do it. Alright. The old man wanted to see us again. Well, well, it seems I was right. People who lived long ago all enjoyed such powers, you know. Yes, long, long ago. Well, I know you must be eager to finish this thing you seem so intent on doing, but why not first pay a visit back to your own era? Haste makes waste, as they say, and you'll find that even truer here. Come and see me whenever you have the need. Think of me as your guide on time's road. Well, that's damned decent of you, friend. But what I'm going to do is save the game here. Right? And then play with the portal in the bucket that he said not to play with. That gate leads to 1999 AD, the Day of Lavos. If you wish to see the world destroyed before your very eyes, then by all means go. But know that you yourselves may share the same fate. Go to the Day of Lavos? 1999 AD? Yeah, we're going. This sounds rad. Who wouldn't want to see the literal end of the world close up, face to face? I mean, obviously the game wouldn't let us fight Lavos at this stage. Like, that wouldn't be any good for anybody. Like, it's clearly gonna stop me from doing this, right? What? No way. It's almost like we were severely warned against coming here. Ah, there's the man himself. He's not really a man, I guess. That's... Lavos. Chrono, what do? We fight. We got this. I got a Thunderblade, and you guys just learned magic? You're right. For Doan, and the others too. Ours was a short youth. That's a fairly ominous line from Luca. Nah, I'm sure we'll do fine. Lavos enters attack mode. Oh, that's right. Lavos transforms into every boss in the game. So we kind of have to fight all the bosses again. Left part restores the body, so that kind of counts as the head, I guess. So we might preview some bosses we haven't seen yet, if we get far enough here. But yeah, before you fight Lavos in the last boss, he goes through every other phase of boss in the game, basically. I actually completely forgot that he did this. Interesting. So I don't think you literally have to fight every single boss in the game going through all of Lavos' attack modes, but most of the ones in the main story. Oh, for example, it didn't make us fight Yakra at the very beginning of the game. The boss from the cathedral. I guess they figured that boss was not mighty enough for the Lavos fight. I don't know. Typically, in video games, something like this would be called a boss rush, when the game throws all the bosses at you. And there's different reasons a game might do this. For example, the old school Mega Man games had a boss rush at the end as kind of an entire level concept. The rest of the game was you fight through the level, then fight the boss at the end, and then there's 8 of those levels, and then you get to the very end of the game, and there's the boss rush, where you just fight all 8 of the bosses. It's testing something a little different than the levels tests. We know you can beat the boss. Can you beat all 8 of the bosses all in a row? Yeah, now it's making us fight the Guardian from down in the food storage shelter, who, because we're a little stronger now, and this is another reason you might put a boss rush in a game, is to show actual mechanical character growth. Show, the first time you fought this boss, you might have had difficulty, or it might have taken a long time. But now that you're much, much strong... Excuse me, I'm getting all burpy because I drank all of that Pepsi because I have this horrible, crippling habit. But now that you're much, much stronger, and you can take the boss down much quicker. For example, I'm going to see if I can... the first time we fought the Guardian, which wasn't that long ago, but it was... We have leveled up in power considerably since then, because we've learned magic. But I'm kind of curious, can we, like, race the Guardian? Can we kill the Guardian with our Antipode Bomb before it replenishes its 2 little drones? Because the first time we fought this thing, we couldn't. We had to go through the drone cycle. I think we only went through the drone cycle twice. It'll count down from 5, and then it will bring its drones back. But I think if we throw Antipode Bombs at it... Oh, that's some good damage off that Antipode Bomb. Maybe I should use Lightning instead? I'd probably do this a little faster if I use Light... I'm going to want to save Lightning for the next boss, I think. But Antipode Bomb, that's pretty good damage. And we're counting down from 4. The critical hits are so good on Chrono. You know what? No, I think we're better off trying to get that critical hit to deal more damage with Chrono, because his lightning spell is not going to do anywhere near that much damage. He's got a lower magic stat, and it's a single tech, not a double tech, so I think Chrono is better off just using his sword here. Marl is, like, pound for pound, probably. Oh, cool, we got him. Marl is pound for pound the weakest character in... Oh no! This boss is a spoiler. You're not allowed to see this boss yet. Oh. I wasn't thinking straight when I did this. I completely forgot he did this whole boss rush. Alright, so now we're fighting bosses that have not been introduced in the plot yet. This is Lavos' version of the boss we're going to fight at the end of the next dungeon, whose whole gimmick is... He's got a couple of gimmicks. One of them is that he cannot be damaged by physical attacks, so you can only use magic against him, which is why we're not going to be bringing Robo with us. His other gimmick is I think he goes into a counterattack phase. Yeah, you see Chrono's counterattack there only did 7 damage. That's not because Chrono suddenly sucks. It's just because this boss has very high physical defense. Go ahead, try an attack, see what it gets you. So the boss has entered like a counterattack phase. It's a little more noticeable when we're fighting this actual boss versus the Lavos version of this boss, but because he'll take the monster that Lavos is mimicking. His animation will show you that he's in a counterattack phase. He'll like put his arms up in front of his head, so you know if you attack him in that phase, he counterattacks with a very strong attack. And you can avoid the very strong attack just by not touching him in that phase. This is kind of a gimmick that Square has been using in its games ever since Final Fantasy IV. That was in 1991, was Final Fantasy IV. Was the first RPG that wasn't completely turn-based. Old school RPGs, like much, much older than this, were turn-based in the sense that you would enter all of your commands for all of your characters, and then you and all the enemies would get 1 action per round. Everybody would get 1 chance to do whatever thing they're going to do. And then when the round was over, you'd enter all your commands for all your characters again. Final Fantasy IV introduced active time battle, the ATB system, which is what Chrono Trigger uses, where your little ATB meter, that little gray bar underneath our health, which is going down fast now that this guy is throwing cyclones at us. I think this is probably it for Luca. But active time battle meant that characters were no longer bound to like individual combat rounds. I think we're just going to go ahead and counterattack this guy, and yeah, he's going to counterattack with water too, and then we're dead now. But since characters are acting not in like one big clump of a combat round, but instead are acting individually whenever their little meter fills all the way up. So what that means is you can design a monster that can go into a counterattack phase. Like, if you attack the monster now, it's going to hit you back really strong. That's something that the very first boss in the very first ATB game did. Truce! Direct impact on Truce! Truce is the village that Chrono is from in 1000 AD. I guess it's still here in 1999. Calm yourself. Give me a full status update. So ATB was kind of a big deal because it really changed how RPG battles worked in a lot of ways. It opened up a lot of creative ways to do monsters and create fights. Poor Chorus, Medina, all villages we'll visit later. They've all been destroyed. Director, we've got incoming. Evacuate to the shelter dome. Director, sir, you must come with us. There's no time. Get moving. Yes, sir. Lavos. So in Chrono Trigger, in any RPG really, when you get a game over, it's just you get the game over screen and then it just pushes you back to the title so you can try again. But in Chrono Trigger, when you lose against Lavos, like I just did spectacularly, you get this kind of secret bonus ending. In the end, the future refused to change. Because we said we were going to go back and check up on Lavos, we were going to do all this research and kind of figure out what makes him tick, and then we didn't do that, we just jumped in the stupid bucket. So, yeah, you don't want to go into this bucket unless you're really prepared for Lavos. But you'll recall, this game has what's called a New Game Plus, where when you finish the game, you can restart from the beginning with all your equipment and all your magic spells and all your experience levels and things. And so if you've done that, I would be strong enough to fight Lavos now. I'd be at like level 50 something with all the best gear and stuff. And then it would be safe to go into the bucket. And fighting Lavos at different periods in the game, like different progression points through the story, gets you different bonus endings, which is kind of cool. So the 3 Pillars of Light, the first one goes to the Protodome, that's the one that we came through. The second one goes to Medina Village, 1000 AD. And this one goes to Mystic Mountains, 65 million BC. Intriguing. But no, not just yet. We'll hold off. For now, we gotta get back to 1000. We gotta back to our own time, to Medina Village. And do some research on this Lavos nonsense. Oh, these poor gremlins. And now we're just gonna eat all their food. You folks hungry? I sure am. Thanks, buddy. You folks came out of my wardrobe, didn't you? What are you doing in there? Who do you think you are, coming and going from someone else's wardrobe at all hours of night and day? Humans, I'll tell ya. Wait a minute. Medina is a village of fiends founded by our ancestors when they lost their war against humankind 400 years ago. Most of the townsfolk still have a grudge against humans, so be careful. There's an old human who lives near a cave in the mountains to the west. He may be able to help you out. Thanks! But why are you being so nice? I thought fiends weren't supposed to get along with humans. It's been 400 years since man warred against fiend. There's no use living in the past. Of course, not many other fiends seem to agree with that. So we've actually visited 400 years in the past. We've been to 600 AD when the fiends were warring against the humans. And we've got this thing we can check out. The Forest Ruins. Which I will immediately exit because I'm not paying attention. Free box. No, won't say no to a free mid-ether. I'm kind of scanning the ground for capsules. I don't see any. But then we got this laser pyramid? Question mark? I'm sure this won't be at all important or vital as we go forward in the game at any point. We can probably just safely ignore that. I'm pretty sure there is a capsule to be had. Is it here? Is it upstairs, maybe? Yeah, there it is, on the shelf. A magic capsule. Well, we know what we're going to do with that immediately, right away. We're just going to feed that to Luca. Buff her magic stat as high as it will go. The higher we make her magic stat, the better her fire spells and things will be. She just gets really, really strong. Where's the shop? There's fun. Here we go. There's fun stuff we can do in the shop. I got nothing to sell to humans. Get out of here. Plead. Humans think they've got a right to everything. Teach them a lesson, boss. So we've broken into this guy's... Well, we didn't break in, but we came into the shop. He asked us to leave. We refused. So we're trespassing. Like, we're definitely breaking the law. So he got his bouncer to try to throw us out, which is his right, because we're trespassing. And we've murdered the bouncer. So we definitely belong in jail at this point. Oh, there's an antipode bomb. Okay, because we got it from Lavos, but then Lavos went ahead and destroyed us. So, alright, I'll sell. But of course, he's still going to scam us. He's going to sell us stuff for 65,000 gold or something ridiculous. Ha! You think I'm going to charge a human the going rate? I could probably just beat this guy up, right? And take all his stuff? I don't know, maybe a bad idea. Chrono, what's that creepy chanting? Well, Marl, it sounds to me as though it's creepy chanting. The fiends are still worshipping Magus. 400 years have passed since Magus commanded the fiends and waged war against the humans. But if Lavos can be reawakened, there will be no more humans. Oh, great fiend lord. Ah, so there's a connection between Magus, the fiend lord that was defeated in 600 AD, and Lavos, the creature who destroys the planet in 1999 AD. So it seems like maybe the answer to our conundrum lay in the past. And you can see that Medina's on this center continent here. We're on a completely different part of the world, because when the fiends lost the war against Magus, they got entirely pushed out of Guardia and had to live elsewhere. Ah, here's Melchire's house. Oh, you've come to see me. Well, by all means, have a look at my collection. Could I interest you in a weapon? I'll give you a special price. Do we have anything new here? Yeah, we got... Oh, do I want to buy... I probably should only buy one of these and give it... And I can steal the other one from Robo, who we're not going to use in the next dungeon. But it looks like the weapons we've already got... No, Chrono needs a new weapon. Yeah, get a new Crimson Blade. You know, I'm just going to buy two of these. Why? Like, I've got the extra money. I don't need to... Don't need to pinch pennies. Weapons are not meant for the taking of lives. They're meant for saving them. So Melchire we met at the Millennial Fair when he was there selling his wares, and I guess he got bored of the fair and decided to come on home early. Oh, if you're wanting to return to Truce, there's a shortcut through the cave in the mountains to the north. I guess that's how he got home. He uses his secret special shortcut coming through the cave. Which we will do, but that's going to have to take place in the next episode. We'll save this here. As we leave the fiendish folk behind and figure out the connection between Magus and Lavos.